Okay, guys, I wanted to do a real quick video on the mighty angel of Revelation chapter 10. I'm not sure about this, but I'll show you what I'm saying. It could be wrong. I have no idea. But I'll just show you the contrast of everything that's going on in this chapter and what I found in the Bible that's pointing to possibly something else. But again, I don't really know. It's just everything about this uh, particular chapter is seems off to me. But first, I'll read the chapter. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. And he had in his hand a little book opened, and he set his right foot upon the sea, and his left foot upon the earth. And he cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voice. And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and sware by him that liveth for ever and ever, who created the heavens and the things therein, and the earth and the things therein, and the sea and the things therein, that there should be time no longer. But in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God should be finished, as he has declared to his servants the prophets. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel, and I said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it, and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. I took the little book out of the angel's hand, and I ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples, and nations, tongues, and kings. Okay, so there's so much going on in this chapter, and immediately I kind of had a little bit of a red flag because there's all this, where I've read the Bible so many times, all this scripture pops in my head that immediately gave me a red flag. So I thought, well, I'm going to look more into this. So I'll break down to you what I'm seeing. Like I said, I don't know if it's right or not, but I'll just show you what I found. So 2 Corinthians 11:14, it says, And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light, which very well could be what we're seeing in that chapter. And let me show you. Revelation 10:1, And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven. Now the contrast to that is Revelation 12:12, For the devil is come down unto you. Revelation 10, He was clothed with a cloud. So I looked back at it because immediately that was one of the biggest things that caught my attention. Why is this angel clothed with a cloud? Every other angel in the Old Testament and the New Testament is wearing a white robe. That's like the universal Team Jesus jersey. And that made me think of Genesis 3:7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Makes me think this angel is naked and is clothing himself with a cloud. Revelation 10, And a rainbow was upon his head. Ezekiel 28:13, this is talking about Lucifer. Every precious stone was thy covering. Now I'm going to go back to that picture again. So he had this. I'll explain why I put this on here. So Satan had 9 of the 12 stones. In 1 Corinthians 11:15, But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. So that tells me that a covering is upon the head. So if every precious stone was his covering upon his head, it would be something like this, except with the nine stones that he was given. I'm going somewhere with this. So let's go back to this. And his face shined as if it were the sun. Thou, Ezekiel 28:17, talking about Satan again, or Lucifer. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. Revelation 10, and his feet as pillars of fire. Ezekiel 28:14, thou hast walked up and down the midst of the stones of fire. Well, I got to thinking, well, how could he do that? Well, he could if his feet were pillars of fire. Revelation 10, and he set his right foot upon the sea and his left foot on the earth. Revelation 12:12, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down. There's that, what that angel does right there again, come down from heaven. And that is exactly where he put his feet, the earth and the sea. And he cried with a loud voice as when a lion roareth. 1 Peter 5:8, your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, roams about seeking whom he may devour. Revelation 10:3, and when he cried out, 7 thunders uttered their voice. Revelation 12:3, and a great red dragon having 7 heads. So when he cries out, 7 thunders uttered their voices. And we know that the dragon has 7 heads. So if he is transformed into an angel of light in Revelation chapter 10, when he cried out and the 7 thunders, the 7 heads of the dragon, uttered their voice, that's why he told him to not write what the 7 thunders uttered. And then the angel cries out that there should be time no longer. Revelation 12:12, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. And I took the little book. This right here is probably the biggest red flag for me on the whole chapter. So, and he took the little book out of the angel's hand and he ate it up. And it was in my mouth, sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. So if you go back and look, the word of the Lord is nothing but sweet as honey to the soul. But here in James chapter 3, doth a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries, either a vine figs? So can no fountain both yield salt and fresh water. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. So he's telling, James right here is telling me that because this book is both sweet and bitter, that it could not be from heaven, but it is earthly, sensual, and devilish. Anyway, that's all I got on that one. I've got another video I've got to do later because there is something I got to correct in one of the previous videos I did, and I'll explain that in the next video. But again, take this to the Lord. Oh, and I almost forgot to go over my point in this. I'm sorry. So if every precious stone was his covering, and his covering was upon the head, so if every precious stone was upon his head, and his face shines like the sun, so if every precious stone was upon his head, and his face shines like the sun, would that not make the rainbow? Anyway, hope this is a blessing to you. Like I said, I don't really know, but everything's pointing to it not being what people think it is. But again, I don't know. That's just what I'm saying. Anyway, I love you guys. Be safe, and I'm going to do another video later. Bye-bye.